Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We're about to enter the temple for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Shall be done.
More cultists.
Look there, a cunning trap. It's a trap.
Nope, nope.
Look there, a cunning trap. It is begun. It's a trap.
Take the traps out.
Very well. Most excellent!
Yay! No traps triggered. At least as far as I can tell. Which way do we want to go? Oh, hi, Ash Wraith.
No! I shall do it. It shall be done. Very well.
I'll take this one out. Done. No thanks. Hello?
Enemies approaching.
Get the mage.
Take that! I shall do it. Very well.
You guys just have money. Get the mage, get the mage, get the mage, and dang it.
Must maintain. Miss!
That was quick.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Don't touch the wire.
It's begun.
Back!
Good job.
They say that Archon Asarion heard the voice of the Maker as Andraste was burning, and this is why he chose to end her suffering.
Let's go check the other side. Oh, and pick up this guy's stuff. Full inventory, huh? Anyone still need a ring? Ah, it's restricted to Morgan. What do you got right now? That should do. I need garnets. I'll get rid of the clear one. Could get rid of some of these bolts. I don't need you. Check the other side. Done.
Come, let us end this. Very well.
Good job. What's in the chest?
Corpse. Looks dead.
That is a weird looking corpse.
It has begun. Quickly, we must fight! Very well. Finished.
Leanna, you just got a slightly better bow. Still need 34 dexterity.
Do not let them.
Oh, come on.
More than one day. Enough. It's begun. Come, let us end this.
Note to self, ash wraiths like to hide in chests.
It is begun.
Charge! Darn it. I need that.
That's Mafarath, Andraste's husband, and the one who betrayed her to the Imperium.
Uh-huh. Let's back down. So what's in here? Of course, more cultists. Ooh, we got a big guy. Stab, stab, stab. Ooh, sapphire. Anything of note? Nope. Okay, moving on.
We might want to walk softly.
Good work, guys.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Come on.
It's begun. Very well. Shall be done.
Stone fist, just boom.
As you wish.
Nah, not as good.
Look there, a cunning trap. It's a trap.
Nothing? Someone back here. Nothing. No scales. Dang it.
Can we even find something like that?
As you say. Quickly, we must fight!
No
Must
scales.
be careful against this.
It's too easy.
Hopefully it stays that way.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Ow. Me.
Look there, a cunning trap.
Where?
I shall do it. Enough! Very well. I will not fail. We must fight. Let us do it quickly. Stay down.
Hold on, Liliana.
I shall do it.
I see.
None of you have scales. Ooh, this is good. It's better than Marjolaine's recurve.
I am done.
Wait, can Liliana use this now? Nope. 26 strength. 34 dexterity. There's the trap.
Trap!
That was quick. No scales, jeez.
What now?
The Frostback Mountains. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth the Mountain Father kept his throne to the peak of Beleness, the mountain that lies in the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world has ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched. But Sparrow and Raven, Vulture and Eagle, Swift and Albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the ptarmigan spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the ptarmigan is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down a cliff, and when the golden cask struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest and he was whole again. Then Hakan Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the ptarmigan honored above even the loftiest eagles. The ptarmigan, an Avar tale from Ferelden, folklore and history by Sister Petrine, Chantry scholar. Interesting. Wow, these are some big eggs. It's the only way, right? Yep. Just one single path. Up the mountain we go.
The most powerful creature in Thedas.
A dragon?
Very well.
Come on now.
It's begun.
I'll get the mage.
Shall be done. Very well.
And there are lots of dragonlings in here. Go, Alistair. You got it.
It's a good day.
None of you have scales. What's a guy got to do to get some scales around here? Yeesh. Ooh, this path splits. See where this goes. Miss me. Splits again back up there. Ooh. Okay. Take him down. I should say take her down. Whoop.
I shall do it. Blast! It's begun. Most excellent!
Let me go back and check the other side. Which one's progression, which one's side stuff? Can never tell. Let's check the other way. Let's try left.
It's incredible.
It's Drake. I think we fought one of these before. Please tell me you have a scale. Yay! Check the other way. Oh boy. Guess Guessing this is progression since it's just saved. So we'll go this way first.
It would seem we are not alone.
Oh, ow.
As you say. Bad day. Have we done? It has begun.
Ooh, I'm almost dead.
Too much.
We okay? Excuse me.
The task is finished.
Okay then. Lots of chests here. Lots of arrows. What do we got here?
Can we even fight something like that?
We just fought one like 5 minutes ago.
No quarter shall be given. Very well.
Good work, Alistair. Got another scale. Let's go back and check the other ways.
All right. Who ordered death?
Not me.
It shall be done. Now you fall. Look there, coming trap. Careful!
Where's the trap?
I never liked this part.
It's a trap.
Too easy. You will learn to fear me.
Good work. Some more scales. Spellweaver. I knew it. Morgan. There. Anything over here? Dragon cultists.
As you said.
I think we found the hatchery.
Back!
Off me and you shall pay!
I'll take your scale. Chapter 2. This emblem of the Imperium decorates this ancient golden torque. It is studded with garnets the color of dried blood and feels bitter cold to the touch, restricted to a blood mage. No one knows for certain where this amulet came from. All we have is a legend. Long before the Golden City turned black, there lived in the Tevinter Imperium a frail old magician in the court of the Archon. He was the least among the mages of the court, the lamplighter, whose task it was to set all the thousands of candles alight and snuff them again when the Archon retired for the evening. He was counted as useless by all the most influential magisters, but he was only biding his time. One day, when all the magisters of the Imperium were assembled in the great hall of the Archon, the lamplighter struck. He conjured a massive firestorm in the hall, trying to assassinate all who were assembled and seize power himself. The court was made up of the most powerful mages of the Imperium, and they worked quickly to destroy the would-be usurper, but found, to their astonishment, their magic was no match for the old mage. Every spell they cast was countered, and the magisters began to fall, one by one, until only the Archon himself and the lamplighter were left, locked in a battle of magic and will. The Archon saw that with each spell he cast, the lamplighter himself seemed to wither and fade a little more, so he bombarded the mage with spell after spell, until at last nothing was left of the palace but rubble, nothing left of the court but corpses, and nothing left of the lamplighter but a golden pendant. This the Archon kept to remind himself of that the treachery could come from even the most innocuous sources. Interesting. Okay. Let's go check out the other way then. what do we have here?
Tread carefully. Quick.
If we must fight, let us do it quickly. Come, let us end this.
Begin the onslaught. Oh, this should be good.
Got more scales. Small stone carving of a humanoid warrior. Alistair, do you like these?
Is that for me? Really? Wow! Wow!
You're welcome. That's it, right? Yep, that's it. Moving right along. Do 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 do. Now we go left. Up, 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 up the mountain we go. Missed you. Now let's see what we got up here.
Stop! You will go no further!
Who are you?
You do not have the right to demand my name. You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more! You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here?
Tell me your name and I'll tell you why I'm here.
I am Father Colgrim, leader and guide to the disciples of Andraste. Kill us, and you will face Andraste. She will smell our blood, and the blood of her children on you, and her wrath will be great.
Andraste is dead.
The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have?
And what has happened to the ashes?
They are still within this temple, but why do we need ashes when we serve the risen Andraste in all her glory?
So you can give me the urn then?
So you are after the ashes? Perhaps there is a way for you to make up for your desecration of our home and temple.
Why do you suddenly want to cooperate with me?
It may be because I believe in second chances. All of us stumble through the darkness before being found and shown the light. Perhaps, through Andraste's mercy, her greatest enemy will become her greatest champion.
Just say what you have to say.
The ashes you seek reside atop this mountain, watched by an immortal guardian who refuses to accept the truth of the Risen Lady. Now the ashes prevent Holy Andraste from fully realizing her new form. They are a remnant of her past incarnation, and she cannot move on as long as they exist.
So what, you want to toss them out a window?
I speak not of destruction. The Beloved needs to reclaim the ashes, to make them her own again. All it would take is a drop of her blood. Blood carries power, strength, knowledge! Through it, all the power that is held in the ashes will be returned to Our Lady.
Why have you not done this then?
The Guardian has foiled all our attempts to reach the urn. He keeps what power remains from the true Andraste. He knows the disciples, and we cannot touch him, for he draws his strength from the ashes themselves. But you could deliver Our Lady what is rightfully hers.
I can just imagine the Grand Cleric if she were here. Her head would explode, I kid you not.
What is this talk of blood and power? And he thinks Andraste is reborn. It is preposterous. Ugh, I do not like this.
The rewards for performing such a service would be great indeed.
What makes you think I can do this?
Many have been led here, but only you had the fortitude and skill to survive the temple. You were led here by Andraste's hand to do her work. The task is simple. I give you a vial of the Holy Andraste's blood, and you empty the vial into the ashes. Whatever magic was held in the ashes will be undone, and our great lady will be freed from the shackles of her past life!
I don't know if I like the idea of us helping this Colgrim.
Once that is done, you will have earned your place as our honored brother.
Could you be more specific about this knowledge?
There is a great power contained in blood. Through Andraste's guidance, we have learned to harness it. It can be yours, in exchange for a trivial task. A vial of blood emptied into the urn. That is all I ask.
This is blood magic. It's forbidden.
By the chantry that was established by those that murdered the first Andraste, why should you care what they forbid?
This goes against all I know is right. I must refuse.
Then we cannot allow you to leave here. To arms, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
More enemies ahead.
Okay then. I want to work with dragon cultists anyway.
Quickly, we must fight!
Is that all you've got?
Hold on, Alistair. Okay?
Beginning on the door. Watch out!
Yay! Leveled up. I'm stuck. Thanks, guys. Level up. The ranger has learned to summon stronger companion animals. Animals summoned by a Master Ranger are significantly more powerful in combat than their normal counterparts. Level up! Am I still trying to upgrade your strength? Champion inspires allies to attack with renewed vigor. The rally talent now increases attack in addition to its defense bonus. Faith's Edge. Alistair, you could use it if you wanted. No. Inscribed on the haft, blessed is her touch, blessed is her breath, blessed is her blood that runs through my heart and strengthens my mighty blow. See, they explore everywhere. Looks like it. I can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Check and see if okay, guys. Mountaintop. It's like when my dog goes outside, she has to bark to let everyone know she's out. Either that, she's like, "Hey, anyone in my yard? If you are, get out." Or in this case, it's like, "Hey, I'm gonna sleep, so shut up." At least that's what I think the dragon meant.
They say music soothes the savage beast, but I'm not going to test that theory.
Suddenly, I kind of get an idea. This leads back to the temple. see what we got here. Hey, level up.
It is over. Task is finished.
Defensive fire. While active, the archer changes stance, receiving a bonus to defense but slowing the rate of fire. With the Master Archer talent, the defense bonus increases. Liliana's mentor taught her apprentice more than just social graces, and the younger bard had always coveted this masterfully worked longbow. Beautiful carving and delicate inlays around the grip wordlessly convey one of Marjolaine's great lessons. Just because something is deadly, there's no reason it cannot be beautiful. There you go. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. You go over here.
Let's go.
You come over here. Nope. You come over here.
Right.
I'm gonna wake a sleeping beast. And just in case something goes wrong, I'm gonna save. Do the smart thing. Okay. Here it comes. This way. Take it out. Like I said. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have no idea what's going on. God dang it, Alistair, why did you have to die?
Help me! It's begun.
Another battle, I see.
Continue.
I'm gonna burn through my potions at this rate. Ow. I already am, kind of.
Shall be done. It has begun. Blast!
quickly. No, now we're stunned. That's not good.
Best be wary.
So yeah, this is kind of what it was like when we fought your mother, Morgan. I hate fireballs.
Come, let us end this.
It's gonna burn through all of my potions. No!
I am ready. I shall do it. Very well.
The victim of a vulnerability hex must be wary not only of damage from the elements, but also spellcasters who wish to sap life or mana to restore their own bodies. The spells Drain Life and Mana Drain are twice as effective in those circumstances. That's good to know, except I'm dying.
Run while you can.
I'm out of potions! Oh, man. See? This is why I saved. Also, Alistair, you need to do shield bash quicker if someone gets caught. Which barely gives you any time, though. Eh.
Yes.
Run away! I'm already almost dead, jeez.
Begun. Let me. Here.
This was a bad idea because I said to move healing and they all came toward me. So now we're all standing in the same spot, and I'm dead. Oh, dang it. Why did you all have to... had the right idea, I just executed it poorly. No, don't come toward me! Oh, Alistair, why?
Let's finish.
As you say. I shall do it. Very well. Careful!
Oh, come on!
Watch out!
Dang it. This isn't going well.
I see. Let us end it!
Dang it!
This should be good. Too easy.
You stay there.
As you wish. Another battle, I see.
Yeah, one that I'm gonna lose because I'm gonna run out of potions. Dang it! Okay, I realize what I'm doing wrong, I think. I realize what I'm doing wrong. Are you serious? No. Of course, our heavy hitter gets taken out right away. Hell, dang it!
Wipe them out! Now we get our hands dirty. Let us end this! Back! Another battle, I see. Come here, you shall pay!
Jeez, just constantly draining because of the fire.
As you wish. Oh, it is too much.
Forget it. I'll come back and try later. We'll try later, guys.
We must be close. This is holy ground. I can feel it.
More arrows. These arrows are coated in a mildly poisonous powder. On impact, the powder surrounds the target, burning their skin and eyes and causing them to lose concentration. Oh. This equipped you with some arrows, Liliana.
I bid you welcome, pilgrim.
Who are you?
I am the Guardian, the protector of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have waited years for this.
Why have you been here for so long?
It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
The Imperium is no longer as powerful as it once was.
Ah, is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end.
Who are the men who have taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
And what about you? Who are you?
I am all that remains of the first disciples. I swore I would protect the urn as long as I lived. And I have lived a very long time.
The first disciples? Did you know Andraste?
Did anyone really know her, save the Maker? She would sometimes spend weeks alone in meditation, often without food or water.
Please tell me more about Andraste.
I cannot express in words my love for Andraste. You must seek her out for yourself. Everyone must.
How is it possible you've lived so long?
I made a vow to Andraste and to the Maker. My life is tied to the ashes. As long as they remain, so will I.
What can you tell me about the Urn of Sacred Ashes?
You already know that the urn contains the remains of the prophet Andraste. What else is there to tell?
The dragon's not really Andraste, is she?
No. Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
How did the belief spread to the rest of the disciples?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Colgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Would you like me to get rid of these disciples?
The Maker will sit in judgment of them when the time comes.
I would like to see the urn.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
But what if I am not worthy?
Then you will not come to the ashes. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
What is the gauntlet?
The gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith, and we shall see how your soul fares.
Can you tell me anything else?
You will understand what it is when you face it.
Very well. I will enter the gauntlet.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. You abandoned your father and mother, leaving them in the hands of Rendon Howe, knowing he would show no mercy. Do you think you failed your parents?
Yes, I should have insisted that my mother come with me.
Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
You are too hard on yourself. No one's perfect.
Is there any religion that does not thrive upon guilt, like a glutton at his lunch? No, I thought not.
You could not have known what would happen. You did what you thought was best.
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
And you, Morrigan, Flemeth's daughter, what?
Begone, spirit. I will not play your games.
I will respect your wishes. The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
To reach the Urn of Sacred Ashes, you need to undergo a test of faith. The Guardian calls this test the Gauntlet. If you survive, you will have proven yourself worthy. The Gauntlet is now open to you. The Maker's first creations were the spirits, glorious beings that populated the many spires of the Golden City, and the Chant of Light says that they revered the Maker with unquestioning devotion. The Maker, however, was dissatisfied. Although the spirits were like him in that they could manipulate the ether and create from it, they did not do so. They had no urge to create, and even when instructed to do so, possessed no imagination to give their creations ingenuity or life. The Maker realized his own folly. He had created the spirits to resemble him in all but the one and most important way. They did not have a spark of the divine within them. He expelled all the spirits out of the Golden City and into the Fade, and proceeded to his next creation, life. The Maker created the world and the living beings upon it, separated from the Fade by the veil. His new children would be unable to shape the world around them, and thus would need to struggle to survive. In return for their struggle, the Maker gave them the spark of the divine, a soul, and he watched with pleasure as his creations flourished and showed all the ingenuity that he had hoped for. The spirits grew jealous of the living and coaxed them into the Fade when they slept. The spirits wished to know more of life, hoping to find a way to regain the Maker's favor. Through the eyes of the living, they experienced new concepts: love, fear, pain, and hope. The spirits reshaped the Fade to resemble the lives and concepts that they saw, each spirit desperately trying to bring the most dreamers to their own realm so they could vicariously possess a spark of the divine through them. As the spirits grew in power, however, some of them became contemptuous of the living. These were the spirits that saw the darkest parts of the dreamers. Their lands were a place with torment and horror, and they knew that the living were strongly drawn to places that mirrored those dark parts of themselves. These spirits questioned the Maker's wisdom and proclaimed the living inferior. They learned from the darkness that they saw and became the first demons. Rage, hunger, sloth, desire, pride. These are the dark parts of the soul that give demons their power. The hooks they used to claw their way into the world of the living. It was demons that whispered into the minds of men, convincing them to turn from the Maker and worship false gods. They seek to possess all life as their due, forging kingdoms of nightmare in the Fade in the hopes that one day storming the walls of heaven itself. And the Maker despaired once again, for he had given the power of creation to his new children, and in return they had created sin. For the Maker's first children, by Batter, Senior Enchanter of Ostwick, 812 Blessed. What do we have here? Kinda want to go through this, but at the same time we'd be going for a while.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A game of riddles.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Brona.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
I think it's dreams.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
Thane Shartan.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Can you repeat that?
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Home.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Lady Vasilia.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Vengeance?
Yes, my husband Hysarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
Disciple Havard. Hey! Alistair has your Aegis.
The bones of the world stretch towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
Say it again, please.
The bones of the world stretch towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
The mountains.
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Disciple Cathair.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Say it again.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak?
Hunger?
Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Cathair, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Hello, Mafrath.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Say it again.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Archon Hysarian.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Mercy.
Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and Mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
My dearest child.
Father?
You know that I am gone, and all your prayers and wishes will not bring me back. No more must you grieve, my boy. Take the pain and the guilt, acknowledge it, and let go. It is time. You have such a long road ahead of you, and you must be prepared. And so I leave this in your hands. I know you will do great things with it.
What did I get? A simple amulet with a mirrored back and an archaic symbol of the chantry on the front. Sometimes when gazing into the silvered backing, there are fleeting glimpses of someone else. The face is familiar, and the smile encouraging.
We must not exhaust our supplies. Very well.
We gotta fight doppelgangers!
Very well. Shall be done. More the whole thing!
Brace yourself to free yourself?
Uh-oh. I'm terrible at puzzles.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Alistair, normal people tend to avoid strange-looking sections of floor thingies, as you say. They tend to be traps.
You don't really think they're traps, do you? Ooh, look at that. I don't think it's solid enough to stand on, but it's a start.
Your direction?
That's it. That's an actual bridge piece right there. If we can get all the bridge pieces to be solid, we can make it across.
Of course.
Let's go.
Guess what, Alistair? You're walking.
Ready.
Oh, it's because I'm playing on easy mode that they're not disappearing. Isn't it?
That was exciting. Can we do it again?
Yeah, I think you're playing like normal or whatever. You gotta make sure that the one you're standing on remains solid. That's why I was moving people around and keeping two in their place.
I don't know what to say.
It's a firewall. This altar is little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make out an inscription carved into its face. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit. King and slave, lord and beggar, be born anew in the Maker's sight.
You have been through the trials of the gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Oh, good thing it automatically re-equipped us.
I never dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the urn of sacred ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I stand in awe. Really?
These are the earthly remains of Andraste, prophet and bride of the Maker. It's in here.
I'm done.
Belt of the Magister Lords. Discs of gold have been linked to form this, each bearing the symbol of a school of magic. A molded pendant that looks eerily like the head of a demon hangs off this thick gold chain. Here, Morgan. Here, Alistair.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
What? Fine. I see how it is. You don't like my gifts.
What
Ooh,
now?
a ruby. Most powerful foe was Flemeth the Shapeshifter, and yet I still haven't fought this dragon. Ooh, Morgan leveled up. Alright then. The Arcane Warrior's prowess with combat magic grows, granting additional bonuses to attack, defense, and damage while in that mode. Okay, I think I'm going to try this one last time. What are you giggling about? I'm gonna fight a dragon. Probably die. Will not be good.
It has begun.
Just in case. Leona, you have one.
As you say. We must be careful against this.
Here it comes.
I shall do it.
What am I doing? Right.
Have you no concern for your own existence?
Yeah, I'm trying, except I keep getting tail whipped.
Make us breath!
It's Gata! Shall be done. Now we do battle. Attack!
Direction! I am ready. Force our hand! I suppose sometimes. Yes! Here!
Wrong way. Oh, come on. Hold on, Liliana.
Quickly, we must fight! I'll give them the advantage!
Oh, down to lesser potions now.
Good to go! An order.
Now at least.
Here!
Yes! Got him! Good job, everybody. War axe, crow dagger, and even longbow. Long sight. This helm grants a strange and unnerving acuity. It is claimed that the craftsman, an elf named Temole, made only one better, but it allowed him to gaze upon the Black City and he was lost forever. You're getting that, Liliana. Storm Talons. Not as good as the one Morgan has. Wow, heavy plate stuff. And these are all better than what Alistair's currently wearing. 21, wow. You know what? We'll take all the heavy plate. Really? A north-made brute force channel to the Fade, granting the physical resolve that only a lack of sense can bring. Oh, dang it. Okay, then. Liana. Take that. Alistair. What's the one of the Legion look like? Okay, never mind then. Can I wear this stuff? No, I cannot. All right. .26 strength. You found a dragon scale. Perhaps a master armor smith could do something with this. I have one idea and... Yep, I know who could use it. back to the temple.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it? Is that? Oh, there's some dust on... No, that's not dust. Oh, Maker, I'm not worthy to look upon. What was it like, coming to the urn, I mean?
Nothing has touched me quite so deeply.
You are a very fortunate person. And so am I. Perhaps my research will not seem so much like blasphemy to the Chantry now. We must organize an expedition. There is so much history here, it must be studied. And pilgrims should be allowed to come to the urn.
Yes, the urn of sacred ashes must be shared with the world.
And eventually, it shall be exploited by the rich and the powerful, as these things usually are.
I must return home. I have much to do. If you ever find yourself in Denerim, please visit me. I am not a rich man, but I have a small collection of interesting artifacts, and I do owe you a reward for coming to my rescue. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
Okay. Let's head out. Let's go make camp. Wow, we've been going for almost 2 hours. Wow. Do a quick round of camp talk. Hey, Carver, who's your good boy? Happy little Carver. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good puppy. Oh, I got gifts. Okay. Severin?
That smell. This is Antivan leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere. I don't know how you found it, but thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Now, if only you could find me a prostitute or two, a bowl of fish chowder, and a corrupt politician, I'd really feel like I was home. And they fit as well. Marvelous.
Oh, I can level you up. Who else needs leveling? Probably everybody. Ogren. Carver, who's a good boy? Hey, Sten. Shale. Jeez. I think that's everybody. Yep. You use the Legion? I mean the... You need 42 strength for that. You take that. I'll work on equipping you guys later. Need to hand out gifts.
You have excellent taste.
This is a book, so that's for win.
Oh, marvelous.
You're Ogren.
That looks fine indeed.
Who got updated? Someone. Okay, let's do a quick round.
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Does your oath expire then?
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that Once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes? What say you?
Can you answer some questions?
By all means.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Did we do this already?
Well, it was just the one mage. Not as simple a mission as the vagrant Grey Warden or two, perhaps. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
And she didn't try to kill you?
Well, yes, twice, actually. Then she decided to try and use me instead. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
So you didn't actually kill her?
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The Circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
Except for the mage.
I suppose, but she was dead. She didn't need to be happy. It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
Wise lesson to learn?
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Win, anything new?
Thank you so much.
This is about an errand, I assume.
Yes. You led me to an errand. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end.
It always feels good to give resolution.
I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding an errand allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free. A great weight has been lifted off my heart. This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light. I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude. What's on your mind?
Never mind.
It is no trouble.
Let's turn in some gems. Let's turn in some runes. Crafting? That's good.
Everything brings us closer to victory.
I got a moment's haze, sure. What about?
Never mind.
All right. All right then.
Stan?
You called.
Never mind.
As you wish.
Shale, you probably have nothing new. Aedan?
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Discounts are always nice. That's good. Morgan? Can we talk? Please?
What comes, my friend? So, full of questions, are you? What comes, my friend? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind. You got nothing new. Alistair. You got something?
Something on your mind? Of course. Never what? Had a good pair of shoes? Oh, so that's what we're talking about. Well, if you really want to know, you tell me first.
Awkward?
And apparently you have no shame as well. Well, all right, I'll play along. I myself never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
You never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is it's not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They raised me to be a gentleman. That's not so bad, is it?
Not really, no.
I've no urge to rush into anything. We may not even survive what is to come, after all. Enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's go.
Sorry.
You've seen and touched Andraste's ashes. They are the holiest thing on this earth, the remains of the Maker's chosen.
It is quite remarkable, yes.
I do not know if I am worthy to look upon her.
Andraste fought for everyone. She belongs to us all.
Yes, of course, but it still is something to be in awe of. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Do we look taller because I'm staying on a little hill? We need to talk.
Of course.
Never mind. Let's head off to Denerim. Of course, I'm going to end the video once we get there.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yes.
we'll just go there so that next time we can stop by Wade's and see if we can get something for our dragon scales. Well, Lothering's toast, it looks like. I think I mentioned that before. Okay, well... Ooh. No map. Let's stop over here quickly then. Got a little something something.
As there is but one world, one life, one...
Nice to see you again.
I found these scrolls in the Tevinter ruin.
Really? Oh, pardon my incredulity. I would like to examine them in any event.
Be careful with them. They seem ancient.
Let me see. The scrolls are old, no question, and the script. It's written in cipher. Early believers used them to keep their writings safe from the Tevinter Magus. These could be authentic. Please, let me examine it.
Here you go.
I need parchment, quill, and ink. What was the trick to the cipher again? Ah. I examined your scrolls. I know a few of the early Chantry ciphers, but I'm not fully familiar with this one. The bits I have made out. This may be an account of Maferath's final days, and perhaps more.
As in Andraste's husband?
I know. It's remarkable. The same Maferath who betrayed our prophet and saw her burn alive in Minrath Rus. If we could get a real translation, well, it could be the find of our lifetime.
Could I get a copy of it?
When I finish decoding it, absolutely. But it will not be easy. It could take months. The ciphers were designed to be difficult for the Magisters to decrypt. Who knows what secrets we can uncover, what truths we can find. Here is all of the allowance I have for acquisitions. Take it and go. 1,000 blessings.
Wow, 7 gold.
Magic exists.
Well, time to end the video. We've been going on long enough. We got the Urn of Sacred Ashes, at least. Next time, stop by Wade's. What else do we gotta do? Yeah, we might have to explore Denham a little bit. Got some turn-in stuff, maybe. Otherwise, we'll probably be heading over to Redcliffe. Till then, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.